What's up, guys? It's the Game Bro coming back to you with another F1 reaction video. The Austrian Grand Prix just happened, and we were treated to quite the race when I don't think we expected to be. We had Leclerc taking, a nail-biter of a victory after Carlos's spectacular engine failure. Not spectacular by my fan standpoint, but just, man, it kind of reminded you of the 80s turbo engine, just massive engine failure, parts blowing out of the bodywork. Don't like to see it catch on fire, and it kind of took him a bit to get to the car to, put it out or just stop it from rolling backwards. That was not a cool situation. Kind of almost thought that the, Ferrari strategy totally got it right today. They stuck to their guns. They stuck to their plan of two-stopping. They had the pace, which I think after watching the sprint race today, you almost could have seen this coming a little bit, If it weren't for the inner team battle that we had yesterday between Carlos and Leclerc, maybe Charles had a chance to run Max down because they looked like they were able to match the pace at that point yesterday. Not enough laps to really get it done. Either way, got to see some great overtaking, a lot of battles. That midfield battle today, oh shit, man, that was something to be seen. What was that, 6 cars battling it out there in the middle of the race? That was fantastic to see, guys could follow through you saw passes through the middle sector on the outside and overtakes going into the final corners. So you really got to see a lot of action today. This was great. Tire deg was, really hurt. It looked like Max really struggling for rear grip, even though he was complaining for the fronts. Coming out of the corners, Leclerc was able to just scoop up on him real quick. Didn't look like there was much of a speed deficit today as usual with the Ferrari. So, as a whole, what a great race we saw. Reliability again kind of hurting everybody in the Ferrari camp. Over the weekend, I think you saw a lot of Ferrari issues with their power units and some of their other cars. In the sprint race, we got to see some great racing in the sprint. Hamilton making up some positions and Perez getting up there, but at the start of the race, obviously we'll talk about that real fast, you get a 5-second penalty, you get a 5-second penalty with track limits. George Russell kind of hitting the curb and wiping out Perez, compromised his race. Too much damage to continue. Don't hurt the reliability of the engine going forward. There was no way they were going to do anything with the damage they had. So sucks for Perez, but then again, after you have Sainz with his problems, Mercedes come out of here as, uppering in the Constructors' Championship. They're just, again, hanging around. Don't have the pace, but they're there, Hamilton 3rd, Russell 4th. And how about Ocon, man? 5th place. And then the Haas guys, double points. Gunter, fucking awesome handshake, smash some fucking door. Norris, Ricardo, double points for them too. And they really looked off. I think some of the reliability issues with others and just the massive amount of track limit violation penalties that even got some of them. But overall, great race for those guys. Talk about Friday action. We had qualifying on Friday. Mercedes, nightmare. Q3, wiping out both cars with, Hamilton's car having to pretty much be rebuilt overnight. Great job by them to get that car back. And then Russell smashing some of the upgrades for their, I think, the new rear wing on the Mercedes backing into the fence. So either way, we got a great race. This race always kind of, the Red Bull Ring always kind of brings a great race. Austria, over the years, has seen some good stuff. So we were treated to quite the good race. We got 2 weeks to the Paul Ricard. That race, I always have mixed feelings on that track. I'm not a big fan of that circuit. But who knows? Last year we got a good race, got a good battle towards the end. Cars can follow. Who does this favor? And I just want to say overall, if it weren't for the Ferrari strategy or reliability issues, their car on Sunday has really started to come into its own and started to match Red Bull. Maybe that's the engine being cranked up a little bit, and you're starting to see that too. But that's the one thing about Ferrari I think that they can surge on. They'll figure it out a little bit more than the Red Bull powertrains kind of always seem to be all right, it started off good, but, their straight line speed doesn't stay sustained like last year throughout the whole season because everyone either catches up or they're just too worried or not really sure where to go from there. So I think as a pace, Ferrari should have the advantage going through the rest of the year. Not sure how many more upgrades each team are going to bring, as teams like McLaren said they're done. Or Haas hasn't really brought their major upgrade yet. I think we're going to see that in a couple races. But halfway through the season, the gap at the front between constructors and drivers is pretty big, but we've seen how fast big gaps can go away. And like I said, Mercedes just hanging around there. I don't think they're going to have the pace all year to compete with the top two. But, reliability, if they have it and they keep it, who knows? So Have a great week off, everyone. I've been the Game Bro. Congratulations to Ferrari and Charles Leclerc to fight that reliability issue at the end of the race as well. So we'll take a week off, and we'll see you after Paul Ricard. Been the Game Bro. I'm out.